Hello, beloved listeners, and welcome to Sneople at the Movies, film criticism by people who actually like film. Join us as we dive into movies we love, movies we respect, and movies we wish we could unsee. From the kids who are pretty mad about tuxes today, it's Sneople at the Movies. I'm Maddie.
I'm Helena.
And I'm Ezra.
Hey, guess what happened?
What happened?
What happened?
The motherfucking Oscars.
I was gonna say, other than me not reading the joke before you read the joke.
Okay.
It happens. Yeah, I guess the Oscars happened.
Yeah, they insist on doing them every year despite our strident protests.
Despite the letters that I have personally written to Tom Hanks to stop this. Is he still president? I don't know if he's still president.
I have no idea. I didn't even pay attention. I didn't even pay attention to the Guild Awards this year. And usually, I at least give a shit about the Guild Awards. I don't know. I've just been really burnt out on, a lot of things lately, I think. But yeah.
That's understandable.
I spent a lot of time at work today while doing an extremely mind-numbing task explaining my menswear stuff to my boss, which again, I'm so glad she thinks I'm funny. Because I was like, I don't know, it's not important. It's one of those things where it's you're scrolling past large amounts of data, looking for one specific thing, and I mean large amounts of data. And so I just was like, I opened my mouth, and an explanation of the difference between ready-to-wear, made-to-measure, and bespoke came out, and I need to be taken out behind the chemical sheds.
I mean, I wish more people on the red carpet knew that difference, let's be honest.
Yeah. So this episode is going to be at least partially brought to you by me being possessed by the @die workwear guy from Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, it's the stylist's job to know the difference between those things. I know that some actors are really good at styling themselves, but personally speaking, as an actor who cannot style themselves,
and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's not something that we know.
Stylists.
The bigger issue is
I would hate to do that as a job, but also hire me.
Yeah, the issue is that there's somebody else who you pay to do that job for you, and then they don't.
Yeah. I all I know is what side is my good side to film my face on, and that's all. That's it. That's all I know. I know what side's my good side.
I'm so happy for you. I hate the way I look on video. It's fucky.
So do I. That's why I have to know what my good side looks like.
I'm assuming everyone does.
Yeah,
but
I
don't know. I particularly am just when I was in high school, we did my high school theater teacher was also in her sort of professional life was a casting director. And at one point she was like, we're gonna talk about how to do film auditions.
Yes.
And I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna make everyone watch them. And I came in and I said, are you gonna make me watch this? She goes, no. And I was like,
yeah, we had to do that.
I was like, we both know that this is no one in their right mind would ever try to make me a film actor.
We did that, and
this is a non-starter, fam.
We did it a couple of times for our film unit at college, and I think the first time we were doing scenes from Knocked Up, I remember. And actually, my classmate who you saw in Boys in the Boat, he actually, I remember him saying the second time that we did it, he was like, that didn't really feel like Helena. The second time around, the first, we did a couple of takes of it, and the first one was pretty funny, and the second time it was he specifically was like, I didn't really feel like that was you there in a creepy negative way, and I was like, no, I don't know what I did differently. I don't know. It's some subtle change in eye movement. And that's why I didn't win the Oscar this year. Also, I wasn't nominated. Also, I didn't campaign myself. Also, I didn't make a movie that anybody saw, or indeed any at all. And we're here to talk about people who did, and people that were recognized, the people that lost, and also the people who Helena nominated in the Helena Awards. Because that also
Yeah,
happened.
it's the most important part of award season is now here. It's time for the Helena Awards.
Yeah.
Which happened on the same day as the Oscars. I don't know if anybody that they planned that or whatever, but I was gonna do it.
It's really embarrassing that they keep doing that.
Yeah,
I just like round numbers. I really like, 10s, 20s, 30s. And I thought it was just a really nice, it was like Sunday, March 10th. It was like good. It was like a good date. And that's why I planned it to do it that day. And then they fucking announced it. So I don't know.
Okay, what's the date from the what's your perfect what's your perfect date gives a calendar date instead of a description of a social outing from whatever movie that is that involves. I know, but what's the date in that? Oh my god, this joke is DOA.
I don't
stop. I'm gonna stop. There's some
actual movie
that involves a beauty. I'm pretty sure it's like a beauty pageant movie, and somebody asks one of the contestants what her perfect date is.
Oh, it's Miss Congeniality, bro.
Thank you.
This is the problem. Too hot, not too cold.
Yes. What's the fucking calendar date in the? Oh my god.
This is the problem. Is that I've never seen Miss Congeniality.
10th, I think.
Okay, thank you. I've seen Miss Congeniality
all you need is a light jacket.
One time a really long time ago. Thank you. Okay. I'm so glad.
I've seen it a couple times.
All right.
Not a ton, but that meme always goes around Tumblr every year, so.
Yeah. Well, I was off by a month, I'm sorry.
No, it's
embarrassing.
Like I said, that was one of the dumbest jokes I've attempted to make recently.
Well, before we do that, though, can we talk about what we've seen really quick?
Yeah. Not a lot between the three of us.
No.
I didn't see, I think, any movies at all, and also no TV. I've been playing games, I've been reading manhwa, I had to fix my 140 Stardew mods, I've been busy, I've been doing a lot of editing, and my brain is leaking out of my fucking ears. I'm sorry, film as a whole, as a medium, I love you, and I've let you down.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you for apologizing. I've watched some TV. I didn't put it in here.
If movies can forgive me,
I think film as an art form will in fact forgive you.
Well, that's good.
Mine is really short. I watched the entire first season of Fruits Basket 2019. And now I'm emotionally compromised.
I am so glad that you understand the pull that is Fruits Basket. I do love Fruits Basket.
I have been listening to my beloved roommate talk about Fruits Basket the entire time we have known each other.
There are three people in your life who love Fruits Basket.
Yes!
And now we finally got you.
Yeah, you finally got me. I will say, both middle fingers all the way up to Crunchyroll, which for whatever reason will let me watch Fruits Basket with the English dub or the English subtitles, but not both.
Yeah, Crunchyroll has an issue with that.
So
I don't run into it very much because I usually am watching
usually I'm watching the subtitled version. But Laura Bailey, it's Laura Bailey. I have to watch the English dub of Fruits Basket. It's Laura Bailey.
Yeah.
I have not had to have the television on this loud in, I can't remember how long. Because I did not realize how much I can't fucking understand what's happening in media if I don't have the subtitles on. The good news is apparently it's possible.
The thing is, you gotta do it the way that we used to back in my day, which is you watch it on your computer through really sketchy websites, and someone has hand subbed these episodes.
That's where I'm headed next, although apparently it's possibly on Hulu as well, in which case I bet the subtitles will work.
You say that. We'll see.
We will see.
People are weird about anime.
Ain't that
What?
just the that is
What I mean?
Ain't that just
People
the way?
are weird about it?
Ain't that just the way?
Yeah,
People are weird.
I know.
That's crazy.
Imagine.
Shocking.
Big if true. Yeah.
Yeah,
Helena.
anyway, that's it. I Fruits Basket. So much Fruits Basket.
I have been cruise pilled. And
I know, it's
yeah,
very
you
funny.
really have.
I watched fucking Legend. Apparently,
You watched and another.
No,
Sorry,
please say what your thought is, please.
I was gonna say no. The other
Dog,
one
you
I was
watched
just like
Cocktail.
a movie that I had never even heard of.
Yeah, listeners.
And
not
apparently
only
it's
did I
really
watch,
bad.
not only did I watch 2 Tom Cruise movies, I watched 2 Tom Cruise movies that are widely regarded both as not being very good, like being pretty low on his filmography in terms of overall ratings. I will say, Legend. I think now. I watched, apparently I discovered afterwards what was the director's cut. And
Oh, okay.
Legend, actually, I kind of like. I understand why people think it's fucking crazy, but like, it looks incredible. I want to just like say that. There's no one's in dispute about that. It looks fucking amazing. He is so special in it. Whatever he's doing is just incredible. Tim Curry, incredible. God, and I'm forgetting my queen's name. Who plays the princess? Mia Sara. Mia Sara playing the princess, the girl from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. She's in that as well. It's nuts and it's like hammy and it's ridiculous and you're like, why are all these puppets and goblins here? But it's kind of dug it a little bit. And I like at the end of it, I was like, oh man. So I'll say that for it. Cocktail is bad, but however, he is
yeah.
He's he's really, really hot in it. To the point where I was having problems, like, doubting myself and my sanity, and, I looked over and it's like, oh wow, I chewed my own hand off at some point during the portion of this movie because of how hot he is in this. It is so upsetting how good looking and abominable his character is, but like how good looking he still is, and you're just like, yeah, but I get it. Gina Gershon, who was in Showgirls, is also in this movie, which is kind of an interesting little unintentional double feature for me that I've now seen 2 movies with Gina Gershon in it, and it's like just like older women throwing themselves at Tom Cruise, women his own age throwing themselves at Tom Cruise, and you're like, I understand now. What's happening. There's a moment in the movie that is absolutely ridiculous where he's like at a bar serving, he's like tending bar at this like obnoxious yuppie club, whatever, having this celebration, and he gets up on the table and he does this fucking like poem about being a bartender that's also like trying to sell his alcohol, and also like sexualizing himself as a bartender, and in that moment in like a meta way as Tom Cruise. And I was kind of like, oh, this is absolutely ridiculous. He's totally selling it, this ridiculous, stupid dialogue. And I kind of feel like he's announcing himself as a movie star in this moment right now. Like somebody's going to play this kind of ironically, kind of unironically at the beginning of his like reel after he passes. May that, be several years in the future. But like, this is such a moment right now. And, so like it's a bad movie. I'm really glad that I watched it for all of the above reasons. It also looks really pretty good because it's a, 1980s vaporwave movie, about capitalism. Is it good or bad? We don't know.
I feel like I have to watch this now.
Yeah, this is the unfortunate thing.
Is it good or bad? Let's discuss.
About being cruise pilled. Yeah, it's mostly what I watched. The other day, my stream for the Oscars got taken down, so I put on Monsters Inc. and then Toy Story on in the background while I was keeping up with updates via Twitter, which was nice. And then um, I saw, well, yeah, I watched Watching the Detectives, starring Academy Award winning actor Cillian Murphy the other night,
Hmm.
which is a bad movie, very bad movie. He is very good looking in it, and it's him and Lucy Liu, and they're both very pretty. It's I want to say it was 2007, so that's 17 years away from his Oscar win.
Hmm.
Um, Good on him. It's definitely a movie that exists and is out there, and I'm really glad that he got a chance to play that particular character because you have to do it at least once. And more importantly, I saw Enemy of the
True.
People this afternoon at Circle in the Square with Jeremy Strong and Michael Imperioli and Victoria Pandretta and a host of other fantastic either long-standing character actors of Broadway theater, and as well as I think several new premieres from young people and Circle the Square Theater School graduates making their Broadway debut. Um, it's a new translation of the Ibsen play Enemy of the People by Amy Herzog. It's extremely good. One of those plays where you're watching it and you're like, ah, this is unfortunately timely. I hate this. But also because it's really timely, it's
Ah,
in a good way and not in a like, we get it way, if you know what I mean. Not in a beating you over the head with it, but it's because it's Ibsen, it's very moving, and because it's Amy Herzog, it's very moving and well done and well paced. Jeremy Strong, you're in my heart forever. Um, yeah, good audience. They only did that only one obnoxious thing, which was there's this thing that I mean they do it in other cities besides New York. But there's this thing that New York tourists and New York audiences like to do is when they go see a show and a famous person is in the show and this famous person comes on stage, that everyone starts to clap. And it drives me up the fucking wall. And they don't have to do anything; they'll just come on stage, and everyone's like, "Yes, I know who this is. Here he is. Here's the person I came to see," and it makes me. It's very annoying. It's very annoying. So they did that with Michael Imperioli as soon as he walked on stage. And with Jeremy Strong, it was interesting because Jeremy Strong entered like talking off stage on stage, and he also looks a little bit different now. So I think there are a lot of people who were there to see him who were like, I can't see, is that him? I don't know if it's him. And then they're like, let's call me as Jeremy Strong. And I was like, God, amateurs. Um, anyway, it was very good. Yeah, that's what I've seen. Um, but I guess we have to talk about the Oscars now. Mm.
I mean, I just had to look up who Michael Imperioli is because I'm an uncultured.
Oh, yes.
Fucking Sopranos.
He's on The
so-
Sopranos. He's a good egg. He has a really funny Instagram account, Twitter account. It's just,
Hell yeah.
let me see.
I'm sure I was like, that name sounds familiar, but I don't know what it fucking is.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Well, okay.
Yep.
What do you, yep.
What? So, gang, the Oscars.
So, the Oscars. Let me just run through these really quickly.
Yeah, the 94th Academy Awards?
96.
Or 96?
Okay,
thank you.
You know what's extremely funny? I was going to say this. Well, okay, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. First of all, best visual effects. Best visual effects went to Godzilla minus one.
Yes.
Congratulations, team.
The Oscar award-winning film Godzilla minus one. I feel personally vindicated.
Everybody was wearing the most banging shoes.
Banging shoes. They had their little toy Godzillas, and the award was presented by Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, which was kind of like, God, if you could choose like any two people to present an award to you and say Godzilla
If
minus
I had
one,
to pick, yeah.
like, can you imagine? That was fun. So, I made my predictions for this. You can't. I I missed a lot this year, and I got 13 out of 22 accurately guessed or predicted.
I
But
mean,
there's
I
a
don't think
lot of
that's that
them.
bad though.
It's not bad, but you have to remember that my record is missing two. Like that's my high.
I mean, yeah, but you can't hit your record every year, boss.
No, but when you tasted, and you've had victory dangled so close, it's just you can taste it. But on one hand, I'm happy that I didn't get that many correct because there was a lot of them this year where like I predicted which one was the most likely to win, and but I was like, but I'd rather it be this one. And then a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
times it ended up being the one that I wanted to win. This was one of those cases where I was like, I mean, it looks like it's the creator, which I should have guessed it wouldn't be because I've heard absolutely fucking nothing about that movie in ages. And the buzz for Godzilla Minus One has
Yeah.
only gotten bigger and bigger in the months since it came out that I like things I think even though the awards the guild awards and the overall awards weren't swinging in its favor necessarily, public opinion at least, and then like I guess in the academy as well seemed to be, so they won that was great. Oppenheimer won best editing. We knew that was going to happen, well deserved. um I all of the like design awards that I was like, yeah, maybe Barbie will get some of these. Uh, didn't happen. They almost all went to Poor Things, which is like, I'm not complaining. Um, Poor Things got costume design, also makeup and hairstyling, which is good. That's what I wanted as well. And didn't go to Maestro, which is pretty incredible. Like one year where the makeup award didn't go to either Maestro or Golda, making the actor look like a famous person, and went to Poor Things. Best cinematography went to Oppenheimer. Production design went to Poor Things. Zone of Interest won Best Sound, which is another one of those awards where I was like, I thought that was going to go to Oppenheimer. I think a lot of people did, and then, but I wanted to go to Zone of Interest, and I think that was the more interesting nomination and win there. So that's cool.
I feel like I have to see Poor Things now, which I'm kind of annoyed about.
I do, for best original song predictions, I do like that for Should Win, you just abstained.
Yeah, because I don't care about this award, really. Like, this is the thing about, like...
Me neither.
I really hate this award because... For a number of reasons.
I
Just
don't
why
think it's about film.
Yeah, well,
It's
this is my
more
thing.
about-
I think I've explained this
should
every
be
year.
like a Grammy nomination. Almost,
Exactly, and it frequently is. Like, they frequently win Grammys anyway. Like, it's not... Because we don't really do musicals anymore. And when we do them, they're like so, I don't know, badly done, and they don't make any money, that like nothing happens. It's like, because the award is Best Original Song, when musicals do get made, they have to, right, in order to get an Oscar nomination in that category, which they don't need to get, but they try anyway. They have to write an original song for that musical in order to qualify for original song. Otherwise, it's not quote unquote original, which means you have stuff like Les Mis being like, we're going to cut these numbers from Les Mis and then add a number for Les. And it's like completely unnecessary, and also in a place where there's already kind of a natural transition from one time period to the other. Right? Because I believe it's between...
I have seen the Les Mis movie a minimum of 3 times in theaters, but that was the last... Where did they... I have deleted this from my brain. They added I feel like I'm having a stroke.
I am like 90... No. Listen, I've seen it once. I've seen it one time. I am like 90%...
You need to see that, possibly less.
90% certain it came in between. It's after Valjean takes Cosette away from the town, their names, whatever their fucking names are, Thénardiers, and then is like, we're going to, Paris, which in the original, like, in the full score, like in the full complete symphonic Les Mis, is like there's a transition where they are singing like the melody to Castle on the Cloud, and it transitions orchestrally into Look Down, and then there's a time jump.
Yes.
But in the movie, they added this song for Valjean to sing because it was for Hugh Jackman, who was the big star. Like he's singing it. I remember him singing it in the carriage, right? As they're and
Ooh,
it might be somebody else as well.
It's called Suddenly. It shows up between. You're right. You're exactly right. It shows up between the Thénardiers bilking him out of money for taking Cosette, and showing back up.
It's so stupid. It's not necessary.
I just edited that out of my memories of that movie.
Because it's fucking stupid.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Your brain should have won Best Editing at the Oscars that year because you were like, no, doesn't need to be in the fucking movie.
At this. My brain is so good at this.
Listen. Anyway, it's a stupid award to me because
I've decided that I don't want to remember this. Ergo,
you don't.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Good.
It's either that with musicals.
You're so right. I don't know.
Or it's like, so what ends up happening is that you have people writing songs that appear at the end credits, right, of the movie. They've been doing this for decades now. And what happens, the reason I think that this is stupid is because, like, at that point, the movie's over. And it's kind of like, that's the point to it, is like, as you said, Maddie, it should be nominated for a Grammy, and usually they do, because, like, it's a song, certainly, and maybe it's a good song even, but it has nothing to do with the film at that point. It's just something to play the audience out as they leave. Like, today during the intermission for Enemy of the People, they played fucking Take on Me, and we were like, why are they playing this song during the intermission as people are going to the bathroom? Like, why this song for this particular play? It doesn't make any fucking sense, but it's the same service. It's like, what are we going to play to remind people of the movie that we just saw? But that's not going to make people, like, I don't know, be like, oh, I'm sitting here in silence. And it's very silly. Here's the thing about this year, is that this year, there was actually a song from an original, because again, the problem is, like, not only are we not making any, like, decent movie musicals anymore, generally, they're not original movie musicals. There was a time, believe it or not, when Hollywood was just make original movie musicals instead of just simply taking something that already succeeded on Broadway and adapting it into a movie. Even if that thing that had been on Broadway had also already previously been a movie that was then made into a musical, etc. Mean Girls. So this year with Barbie, even though it's not, in my mind, like a full-fledged musical because there just wasn't enough musical numbers for it to qualify for that, did actually have a musical number, which was I'm Just Ken. And I kind of feel like that was the song of the summer. I mean, that out of all of these nominations, I feel like I'm Just Ken makes the most sense. And the song Killers of the Flower Moon is also very good. And that performance at the Oscars was also very cool. But, like, the I'm Just Ken number from an original musical being performed in the way that Ryan Gosling decided to perform it in, which for people who didn't get the chance to tune in, was staged. He sat in the audience right behind Margot Robbie and started by singing to her as she was fucking dying, first of all, trying to keep it together. And he walked, up to the stage and then was surrounded by all of these men in black with cowboy hats on. And, like, it was staged similarly to the Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend number from Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Ryan Gosling, in this case, being Ken, he was completely dressed in pink. He was stroking the faces of and having his own thighs stroked by several men. He at one point went up to the stage at the end and kissed a cameraman's hand and led him up to the stage with him. It was like a whole thing, and like the lyrics were on the screen for people to sing along to. The crowd was going wild. It was like clearly people were having such a good time, and it was clearly such a very popular song to a lot of people. I'm just really surprised that the Billie Eilish song is the one that won. Because it's kind of like, it's a fine little pop number that's kind of a snoozer, in my opinion. Um, but it's not really, it doesn't have that kind of energy. And that I'm Just Ken performance was such a we have to go back, Kate moment of like the Oscars when they had camp performances. Like, it's like, what are we missing? Why didn't this happen? Um, anyway, but I got that prediction right. So I guess there's that. Oppenheimer got Best Original Score. War is Over, inspired by the music of John and Yoko, won Best Animated Short Film. I'm not going to even talk about that. The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar won Best Live Action Short Film. This is Wes Anderson's first Oscar, which I just want to say is absolutely fucking just bananas.
His first Oscar. How is this his first Oscar?
It's his first Oscar in a category that normally is like, the short film categories in general, right, are seen as kind of like, in the way that a lot of the films themselves are sometimes, especially in the live action category, precursors for, testers for making a feature film. And a lot of these directors, filmmakers are, this is going to help them, if not make a feature of this, then to make a feature film in the future. Like, it's a real career booster for people who are just starting out. So the fact that it went to Wes Anderson, like, I don't begrudge it of him. I certainly think it's great that he won an Oscar finally, and the film was, I personally liked it. I know some people were like, the usual weirdness about Wes Anderson about it, because it is all of the things that he likes to make movies about. Artifice and stories within nested stories, and amazing production design and whatever
style. If you don't like it,
but it was just weird. It was
just leave.
it was a very, very weird, very weird win.
Yeah, it's so nice that Wes Anderson finally won an Oscar for The Darjeeling Limited. However many years? What that was? Is that also 2007? So,
Darjeeling Limited is 2006, I think. Actually, it's kind of crazy. Like, yeah, I don't even want to think about how many original screenplay and best director and best feature film nominations that man has lost or been snubbed for. Best documentary short film went to The Last Repair Shop. Best documentary feature film went to 20 Days of Mariupol. Best international feature film went to The Zone of Interest. And Jonathan Glazer notably was, I do want to mention, probably the only person the entire night to say anything directly about Palestine, and to say anything, because there were also, leading up to the ceremony, massive protests happening outside, kind of as close as they could get to the area where the Oscars were happening, like Dolby, that area. And of course, like, he was, he got a lot of shit for it, and people immediately tried to twist his words into having him say something that he did not say. But I think it was very brave, and his hands were notably, visibly shaking when he was saying them. So I just want to point that out, because that was certainly a thing that was on a lot of people's minds that night. And certainly with the film that he made too, I think a lot of people, it was important that a lot of people heard what he had to say. That's all I'll say about that. The Boy and the Heron won Best Animated Feature, which was one of the ones where I was like, again, I didn't think that was going to win, but I'm happy that it did. Miyazaki iconically did not show up again to his
Yeah.
second ever
I-
Oscar win.
Was not surprised. I feel like, but also I am not as in tune with the Oscars as you are. When he won, I was like, that makes sense to me.
I mean, it was certainly
That's kind of
touch and
surprised
go.
me. This is only his second Oscar win. Actually,
Is that right?
But
I think that's right. So I think because Spirited Away was his first, and
I'll
Yeah.
trust you on that. You have a better memory than I do.
I was gonna say, as our resident Oscars historian,
Yeah,
if
I
it
mean-
doesn't have to do with how many times Peter O'Toole lost Oscars, I don't know about it.
yeah.
don't even. Speaking of Wes Anderson and Peter O'Toole, I'm gonna seance him and have them have a little conversation, a little inside the actor's studio situation. I was like, fuck, they could have some things to talk about. Can you imagine if Peter O'Toole got the chance to be in a Wes Anderson movie? He had a
I have
moment
to go
where it
learn
could have
necromancy
happened
right now.
Yeah, a moment. But specifically, I mean,
Sorry,
like
everyone.
1960s Peter O'Toole. So it's like Wes Anderson wasn't born yet. When I'm talking about like specifically like plucking 1960s Peter O'Toole out of that decade and putting him in the early 2000s, it's just like Dopey and Royal Tenenbaums. That's your lot in life now. I'll send you back to make Lawrence of Arabia. That would be crazy. That would fuck with the continuum so badly. I mean, it was very touch and go for a while there for that for Best Animated Feature because I think there were a lot of people who were predicting Boy and the Heron, but I think a lot of the awards have been going to Spider-Verse, and I think I was giving it a little bit more edge as well because of like Guild Awards, like for editors, where they had a category for best edited animated feature film. And they would be like, yeah, Spider-Verse. And I was like, interesting. Oh, so other people also think that it was good. And so I would give it an edge there as well. But
I
clearly
didn't
that my
realize
math is bad.
Spider-Verse had been winning a lot of the other awards, so that does
Yeah.
that makes
I
sense.
mean,
Then the
it
pieces
was-
come together.
Yeah, it was neck and neck for sure. But in the end, I'm happy. I wouldn't have been mad if Across the Spider-Verse won, but I'm ultimately happier that Boy and the Heron took that. American Fiction won Best Adapted Screenplay. Anatomy of the Fall won Best Original Screenplay. That was good. Messy the Dog made it to the Oscars. I don't know if you guys know about the Messy the Dog saga. Did I explain any of that to you?
No, I don't think you did.
So in Anatomy of a Fall, there's this dog who's incredible. There's a character in the movie, the character of the kid who is he's hard of seeing. He's blind in one eye, and so he has a seeing eye dog called Snoop. And Snoop the dog is played by this dog named Messi, an actor dog named Messi, like the soccer player. And he is an incredible dog. Like, the dog acting in this movie from Messi is incredible, and everyone's been talking about how incredible Messi is the whole Oscar season. Messi went to, like, the Oscar luncheon earlier this year, and everyone was like, he was the biggest star at that luncheon. And this is a luncheon that, a friend of the pod, Tom Cruise, was at. Like, they were like, Tom Cruise was there, and everyone was like, fuck this guy. Where's Messi? I want to see Messi. I want to pet Messi. Show me where the dog is. And he was just like laughing it up. He was like, hey, everybody. Him and Bradley Cooper really hit it off. Him and Billie Eilish really hit it off, I think, as well. And apparently, some people, I don't know if it was like publicists or producers, but some sour grapes got together and they were like, you were trying to use that dog to sway voters into giving Anatomy of a Fall Best Picture and Best Original Screenplay wins. That dog's not allowed to come to the Oscars. And everyone was like, are you beefing with the dog right now? Like, that was the general reaction over the internet, is like, these motherfuckers beefing with they're gonna lose an Oscar over it. Everyone was making fun of him. Our only consolation was that Messi is, of course, as previously mentioned, a dog and has no idea what the fuck is happening. But in the end, he made it. He came. He had a seat. Um, he seemed very happy to be here. I had no idea what was going on. God bless. I was very happy. Didn't win anything, unfortunately. I will fix that in the Helena Awards. But it was great to see him. Anyway, that's the saga of Messi. He made it. Everyone rejoice.
Oscar's tentatively uncancelled.
Tentatively. I mean, it was fucking crazy, dog. Supporting actress went to Da'Vine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. That was always going to happen, and I'm very glad that it did. She gave a lovely speech. She was fantastic. Well deserved. Best supporting actor went to Robert Downey Jr. That was not surprising, and as I've been telling literally everybody who does not ask at my place of work, this has been like 30 years in the making for him. I'm like, this has been a 30-year Oscar trajectory for Robert Downey Jr. And like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then I have to tell them about like Chaplin and everything, and then I have to tell them about the 90s and Ally McBeal and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and like I have to go into the full fucking filmography, and it's exhausting, dude. But this is like, I'm glad that it's over for him. He can make Sherlock Holmes 3, 4, 5, and 6 now. You're free.
Thank fuck. He's
free.
finally free.
It's Paul Jude Law, baby. It's happening. Alright, I'm gonna skip that category for now. Best actor went to Cillian Murphy. Congratulations, King. I knew ever since when I first saw Inception twice in movie theaters and nobody would see it with me. I knew it was happening. I manifested this for you. And then Best Director went to Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, and Best Picture went to Oppenheimer. Neither of those things were very surprising. Best Actress went to Emma Stone for Poor Things, which is maybe the one award of the night that I am a little bit salty about. For one reason being that this means, of course, that Killers of the Flower Moon was nominated for 10 Academy Awards and didn't win anything. Which is, not the first time that has happened.
Fascinating to me.
No,
but
yeah,
still
interesting. I mean, Irishman had the same
really
situation.
Thought that was gonna.
It was like people were like, "Well, Killers is probably gonna win one Oscar, and it's gonna be Lily Gladstone." And that's going to be like already pretty disappointing because Killers of the Flower Moon is really great and deserves wins in a lot of these other categories, but like at least it'll win that one Oscar, right? And then it didn't happen. And even Emma Stone looked really surprised that it happened. I mean, she obviously campaigned, so it was, but I think that it certainly seemed like there was some surprise that she actually won. Yeah, I mean, I don't, hold it against her in any way. I just think it's interesting. She's certainly not bad in the movie. It is more of a performance that the Academy is likely to reward than the type of performance that Lily Gladstone gives in Killers, which is more interior and just a quieter, more powerful performance in that way, I think. I think also a lot of people didn't fucking watch the movie because it was 3 hours long and they were too sleepy and they didn't just get it together and do their job. But what?
You know what the fun thing about watching a movie in your house is? You can press the pause button and go piss whenever you need to.
Listen, I understand these people are busy. Go piss, girl. But like, don't agree to do it.
Yes,
then.
I'm also, as I say as if I still have not seen Killers of the Flower Moon, but guess what? I'm not an Academy Award voter!
I'm also not an Academy Award winner. I mean, well, that's
Yeah,
also
you're just
true.
an overachiever, though.
Academy Award not
say this with
member.
love.
Academy fucking what the fuck am I not? I'm not a member of the Academy. An overachiever. I still managed to watch every Best Picture nominee and then some.
Yeah.
So I could at least be
That is
like,
true.
I don't like this. I do like this. I watched Killers of the Flower Moon. It was not a chore because I love Martin Scorsese and I like the movies that he makes, and it's a good fucking movie. But I mean, it took me some time because I have the same attention problems that everybody else in our society has now with like paying attention to something for more than 10 minutes. But it's a gorgeous movie and deserved to win some awards, and she especially deserved to win it. But I mean, everybody was very gracious. There was no drama. Of course, we were all very upset on the internet, where everything is so very important, right? I also want to read some of the stats now that the wins have come through. Boy and the Heron is the second traditionally hand-drawn, second anime, and second non-English language animation to win Best Animated Feature. And Miyazaki is the oldest director to win Best Animated Feature. And it's also the first PG-13 animated film to win Best Animated Feature. Yeah, that is surprising.
That movie's PG-13?
Mm.
You can tell I'm out of touch. You say that makes sense, as if I know what that movie's about.
Well, I mean, do I know what that movie's about? I don't know if I can even say what that movie's about.
I mean, I
saw that movie and I can't confidently say what it's about.
Point
I liked it a lot. It's
Same. I mean, it's disturbing.
I think I have a really poor sense for how film ratings work anymore. Because I don't pay attention to them because they don't affect me.
Yeah. Unless I'm an adult.
I can buy a ticket to whatever I want. But, nobody's trying to, I don't need parental supervision for anything.
That's one of the best things about being an adult.
I should probably have parental supervision for some things, but it's not legally required. Yeah, no, that's fair. I think that's...
There's one moment in that movie.
It's pretty fucked up, actually. That movie is fairly fucked up.
See, do you know the moment when there's a giant a parakeet sharpening his blade, and he kind of does this thing where he's like, look at how sharp this blade is, and that was a moment where I was in a movie theater am I going to become a vegetarian after walking out of this movie because of this exact moment?
Fuck yes.
That was I love the parakeets were fucking very freaky.
Genius. So genius. I love his brain.
Dude, speaking of Miyazaki directed films, Helena, do you remember the point in Castle of Cagliostro where the villain gets fucking squished between two yeah.
Now I did.
Sorry, not to answer for Helena. You said Helena.
I couldn't remember if you had also seen it, Z. I couldn't remember if I'd made you watch it or not.
I've seen Castle Cagliostro 3 times now. I love that movie.
I mean, it's really good. I watched it recently with our friend Johnny, who is part of the IB crew. And I had forgotten that there's that, the sound of flesh squishing. And I was like, whoa!
Yeah.
So this is all to say I'm not, shocked.
No.
But still, it sounds intense.
Yeah, half the stuff in Princess Mononoke, it's just oh,
yes.
Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Godzilla Minus One, obviously, first Godzilla movie to ever win Best Visual Effects category. Very good. Zone of Interest is the first non-English language British film to win for International Feature and Sound. Killers of the Flower Moon became Scorsese's third film to be nominated in 10 categories and not win a single award, after Gangs of New York and The Irishman. Imagine that happening to you 3 times. He's Such a sport.
I'm so glad that I have glasses now so that I can, like, take my glasses off for dramatic effect.
Yeah, I'm imagining the Jurassic Park gif.
Why
Yeah.
is the Academy of whatever the fuck their full name is? Why are they fucking like this?
I don't wonder.
What is the, like, specific
An excellent
brand
and
of
unending
psychosis
question,
that you
I would
develop when you are granted membership? Why does this make people like this?
I don't know. And what's crazy is, like...
You know what it is? I think a lot of people want to, like, they want to feel cool. And so they want to like Scorsese. They want to, like, tell people they like Scorsese movies, but they're actually like, I don't know, man, I think it's kind of pretentious. And I'm like, they're really not. Like, I've seen movies. I'm sorry.
They're not.
I mean, I'm the one over here with the giant problem with Terrence Malick movies, which is a 50% of me problem and 50% of Terrence Malick problem.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, I just watched Gangs in New York.
That's what I was going to say.
Some of the worst accents I've ever heard in my life, and I still was like, man, that was a pretty good movie. I was sitting there once again with Johnny, sitting there the entire time being like, these are some really bad accents. And Johnny was like, yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
I mean, that's the thing that happens.
It's like he's not even trying. And Johnny was like, I don't think he is. And I'm like, I don't think he is either.
That's okay.
I notably can't do accents very good. And I think I could do a better Irish accent than that. It was rough. Anyway.
Well, and what was your perception of how long that was? Like, that was going to be my question, was like, because I don't remember, because like, The Irishman infamously is also like another 3-hour movie. But Gangs of New York is,
now,
what?
To be fair,
2 hours 40?
I think it's still pretty close. Now, to be fair, I'll sit through a fucking movie. I don't tend to have issues with longer movies. As long as it keeps me entertained, I'll do it. The issue is when you have a long-ass movie that I'm like, this shit's boring. Bye! Because once again, I have said multiple times on this show, I'm like, yeah, I watched a 3.5-hour long H. Bomber Guy documentary, and I just sat down and did it, and it was fine, and I didn't feel bad about it. So I could not genuinely tell you how long that movie was, because I just don't remember.
It's about, it's not quite 3 hours, but it's about a couple hours, 40, 50 minutes.
Yeah, it's brushing up against it. I didn't feel like it was that long, because I think it makes good use of its time. Much like Return of the King, notably over 4-hour long movie.
Yeah.
It uses its time well. But I think people look at that timestamp and they think like, barf, I can't do that.
I know, they're like preemptively bored. And it's like, they go into but it going, oh, I'm gonna get bored in the middle. And it's like, you don't have to.
The only time that becomes a factor,
half an hour in, like, nah, this ain't for me, then just, like, turn the movie off, dude.
Yeah.
It's all good.
This is the thing
no
is,
like, call your mom.
The only time that, like, runtimes become a factor for me where I have to, like, actually look them up and think about it is if I'm watching a movie on a day that I have to work and I have, like, a closing shift or an opening shift.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, if I'm not going to get home until a certain hour, I'm like, I'm not going to start a very long movie. I'm, if it's going to be
time. I got Sneople recording in, an hour and a half.
Exactly.
I don't have a time for a long movie. It's the time constraints, not like emotional constraints of sitting through a film.
Exactly.
It really is just, and I feel like any Scorsese film I've watched, I'm like, I think he is using the time efficiently.
Yeah. It's always interesting to watch.
Once again, maybe I'm a film asshole. I am emotionally making the jerk off motion, but like still.
But I mean, this is the thing that's crucial before we get into the Helena Awards, that like a lot of the people who seem to be making these complaints are like, movies are too long, movies are too long, movies are too long. You talk to those people and they don't really watch a lot of movies. So it's not like they're having to cherry pick where they're like in a situation where they're like, yeah, I have a lot of movies that I need to watch. I don't have time in my life for a really long movie. It's just that they decided to be fucking weird about it because they don't like this like cultural idea that they have to sit and watch something and not check their phone for 3 hours. And if you like movie, like no one is forcing you to watch a movie. It's not an actual problem in our society where movies are too long. If a movie is longer than you are able to give the time to it, then you don't have to watch it. Like literally no one is actually making you watch it. So it's not like
Yeah,
a
you don't have to
real
do
problem
culture
that people
homework.
have. You don't have to watch
No,
it, so you also don't have to complain about it because it doesn't affect you if you decided, I'm not watching a movie that is this length. The problem is that these people do watch movies that are that length because like every single Marvel movie that's come out in the past like 15 years has been at least 2 hours and 30 minutes. So what the fuck are you talking
There's
about
also
also?
this thing, like, people will like, and once again, we're making massive assumptions here, whatever.
Generalizations,
Painting with a
absolutely.
broad brush.
Yes.
Forgive me.
Yeah, it's our podcast.
Um,
We can do whatever we want.
Connecting the dots.
There's also we're at a moment where like TV is expected to be bingeable, right? People are expecting to sit down and watch 7 episodes of TV at a time. And I'm like, bro, that's 2 of these 3-hour movies you just sat down and did, but you refuse to watch 1 3-hour movie. And I feel like part of the idea is like, well, I could get up in between episodes or whatever. And I'm like, you're not in a movie theater, dog. You can, in fact, just get up and like do something.
You are your own projectionist.
Yeah, there's this meme that Ben and I have shared a couple times that we've like talked about doing for The Irishman. That's breaking it up at certain points to treat it like a TV show.
Yeah.
Where it's like, this is a good point to like stop watching The Irishman and come back to it another day or whatever. So it's like a 5-episode TV show. And I'm like, you could do that for movies, dude.
You can. Even, listen.
We do it every time we watch the Lord of the Rings Extended Edition, is we do a disc break in the middle. And it's like, great, so we're gonna, eat dessert and get snacks and go to the bathroom and blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know.
I do also want to say, and this is obviously preemptively, this is only applies to people who are able to do this, but we are losing the art of the movie theater bathroom sprint. Because if you could also do this when you were in a movie theater, and if I
just have a stronger bladder,
the Helena way is like, okay, hold off as long as you fucking can. When you physically cannot do it anymore, you run up that aisle, you open the door, you run to the fucking bathroom, you open that door, you piss, you get off, you wash your hands, you get out, you run back, you look, all the movie theater employees watching you as you run going, what the fuck is happening? What could possibly be happening in Sherlock Holmes? It's that important or that good. You run back down the aisle, you silently get back into your seat. I mean, they know.
They see that shit all the time.
But this is the thing, is like, I know that's obviously not an option for some people, but like, for those of you who are able to do that, there is such a thing as the movie theater bathroom sprint. You can do the thing. You can go to the bathroom at a movie theater and not miss much.
I think there are a lot of people for whom, like, just, like, I did just say, like, get a better bladder or whatever, and that is, I'm obviously goofing. There are people who just can't do that.
As I've said, there are people for whom that is
necessarily
not an option.
There's a lot of exceptions there.
But I am saying for the people who can do that, you're not taking the opportunity.
Quite a wide majority. I don't want to even say that. There are quite a lot of people who are like, I can't sit through a 3-hour movie, who could easily do that. And it's like, just do that.
Race me.
That everybody has done it.
Where, again, obviously they don't, because it's one of those things we are losing the art of.
Yeah.
It's an art unto itself.
There is a power in optimizing your time. Much like
how we're doing with this podcast
on an airplane. There's a very specific way you have to do it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Should we do the Helena?
Anyway, I think people need to just chill about long.
People need to chill about runtimes.
Relax.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, why
Bummer
is this
for Killers
the
of
hill
the
that
Flower
everyone's
Moon.
gonna die on? And then, like, I walked out of The Batman, which was 3 fucking hours, and I was like, I liked that movie. That movie needed to be 2.5 hours. Like,
that movie was too long.
There was where I've walked out and been like, that was too long.
No, I think you're really right about, like, I feel like the same people who complain about, they're like, well, this movie's so long. I'm like, are the same people who are like, show up at work and are like, I have already watched all 20 4,000 episodes of Stranger Things, and I'm gonna spoil it for. I don't know why I always harp on Stranger Things, but it just
because it's an easy.
I've already watched
right
all of
there.
Love Is Blind.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm like,
it premiered last night.
I stayed up all night. Like it dropped last night, and I stayed up all night. I like somehow watched more episodes than there were like hours between
when I was in college.
Now,
I would watch like 2 episodes of HBO's Rome, and I'd be like, whew, I'm just like, I'm ready to take a nap. I'm ready to go to sleep forever. I love that show, but man, am I tired. And I would go to class the next day, and my classmate Cassandra would be like, I watched 20 episodes of Sex and the City last night. And I'd be like, how? Don't you have like serious classes that you're also taking in addition to acting classes where we don't have any real homework? Like, what are you doing? Because she stayed up until like 5 a.m, and Anyway, dog, it's a silly conversation.
Yeah, and this is coming from somebody who can't sit through TV for some fucking reason. I'm the opposite of those people who are like, I can't sit through a 3-hour movie. I'm like, put me in front of a 3-hour movie, no problem. Yeah. You want me to watch a single episode of a TV show? I can't do it. Yeah. I'm gonna throw up.
It's one of my favorite things about you, actually.
It makes no fucking sense. The fact that I got through the haunting of Hill House, despite the fact that I am, 1, afraid of ghosts, and 2, have trouble watching TV, is like, truly, I'm like, Olympic medal level championship achievement.
Incredible stuff.
I can only watch television with other people at this point.
Yeah.
Movies I could watch by myself, I have a really hard time watching TV alone.
Yeah, handshake meme. I don't know what it is. I watch TV with Amanda. Anyhow, we want to do Helena Awards.
It's time for the Helena Awards, everybody. I feel like next year we should be like, hey Johnny, you should write a little fanfare or something that we can use for. I feel like the Helena Awards need
for the Helena Awards.
A little theme.
Yes, agreed. Yeah,
a little like 10, 15 second like.
Do you want to do it from the bottom up like the Oscars do?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. If you want to scroll all the way to the bottom, let's scroll all the way to this picture of the beautiful best dog. Animals.
Excellent.
There he is. There's my boy.
Spoilers. I love that one of these is an injured bird.
Yeah. It's a big plot point in the movie. Sure. This is the best animals of the year, guys.
So much of this
again, like
what these movies are, because like there's so many I haven't seen.
Sure, and if anybody has any questions too, yeah,
I'm gonna start off with a question where I submitted as a category best fight choreo, and you said I have thought about that before. This is kind of the stand-in. Or like what I'm doing kind of instead. Do you remember that conversation we had?
I do remember. What I said was I used to have on like a different thing that I do every year where I track like all of the movies that I see in a given year, not just the ones that come out in the releases. Mm-hmm. I used to have a category that was like best like movement. It was like best dance choreo / fight choreo.
Choreo
was
okay.
It was the category.
Okay.
And I didn't get around to adding a fight choreography one this time around, unfortunately. But I think
that's fair.
Next year. Partly because I was like, I didn't see John Wick 4. So I didn't feel like it was fair.
Did that come out last
to do that category? Yeah.
Fuck. Time is
I know,
fair.
Right? It was a long fucking year.
Follow-up question. I see. And if we need to hold on to this until we get to that category and you can explain it then, that's fine. I see a category that says for the gays. What does that mean?
It means the movies that are for us.
Okay.
For the homosexuals.
Okay, but what?
If I have to explain, well, I mean, obviously I would have to explain it because you haven't seen it. Either they are characters in the movie that are gay, like they're about, like, protagonist's story are gay, or if that isn't the case, then the movies are just homoerotic / gay enough to be basically
they have
honorary.
Gay vibes.
Yeah, like Lord of the Rings is an easy shoe-in in this category, if it were to have come out this year. Like, that is a movie for homosexuals. right?
Totally. Okay. I understand.
That is definitely a thing.
All right.
Obviously,
great.
I number things from like 5 to 1, right? I'll read from the bottom up for all of these. There's a winner, I guess, if you can say that there's like a number 1, but like if it's mentioned here, it's a winner, in some way or another.
In the Helena Awards, that if it's mentioned, then everybody is a winner today.
Yeah, you get a participation trophy. Yeah, I mean, but we can go on. Again, stop me if you have a comment, question, or concern, especially if you have a concern. Best animals,
Rarely.
we got a fucked up heron and some fucked up parakeets and the boy and the heron, which we have mentioned in this episode.
As previously discussed, yeah.
Then, as previously discussed, we have Gourd Dog and Robot Dreams. If you know, you know. Chaplin and Fallen Leaves. Chaplin is the name of the dog in the movie. An injured bird and showing up. Very big plot point. He has a broken wing. And Snoop the dog in Anatomy of a Fall. Everybody knows. You know him. You love him. He's the star of the year. Everyone give it up for Snoop the dog, played by Messi, the dog. This was a really fun category that I didn't limit myself to how many.
Next one, which has 11 categories.
11 films made the cut because I couldn't decide to cut one. This is one that Ezra suggested, which was biggest oh shit moment, aka most hooting and hollering. So I put in I don't even know what fucking order I put this in. But here are all the moments where I was hooting and hollering when I watched them.
There are a couple movies on here that I'm looking at and I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot to watch that. I'm very excited to go back and watch them now.
I'll wait till I get to that one, because that's just I looked at it the other day and I was like, what was I talking about? Oh, right. In Last Voyage of the Demeter, anytime they let somebody burn to death in sunlight, that was amazing. Thank you for doing that. Saw 10, all of the blood waterboarding and all of the self-amputation. Freaking yes, absolutely.
They're so stupid.
Blood waterboarding. Say it with me. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, the Rome car chase sequence. Beautiful, perfect. No notes, absolutely. Every time the camera focused on Pedro Pascal's ass in Strange Way of Life. It's just God. This line from Blackberry that Glenn Howerton delivered in his typical incredible yelling fashion. I'm from Waterloo where the vampires hang out. I'm not going to even try to do it justice on this podcast. Incredible line reading. From someone who was known for incredible out-of-pocket line readings. The latter scene in Scream 6, best set piece in that movie. Spoilers in Ferrari. I wrote this down. There's a pretty, I watched this movie at home and read nothing about, the part of, his life that this movie is focused on. So I was not expecting this to happen at all. What happens in this movie is it's an accident because it's about this race that he had people driving on in Italy. I was literally sitting here in my room and I went, "Oh shit!" out loud, like I was actually having a moment, completely unexpected, and it was fucking devastating. It was not so much a happy hooting and hollering, but it was definitely a hooting and hollering. When Franz Rogowski showed up to dinner with his girlfriend's parents in a mesh crop top in Passages, just incredibly special. In Poor Things, when Mark Ruffalo opened his mouth to speak with that precise accent, if that's even what you can call it. People have complained about the voice that Mark Ruffalo is doing in that movie as if it was somehow a bad thing. And I just want to say that you're all cowards.
I feel like I need to look this up now.
I have not seen this movie, and I probably will eventually, but I have no clue. I need you to know that when people talk about this, what I have been imagining is Mark Ruffalo sounding like Laszlo from What We Do in the Shadows when he's doing Jackie Daytona.
I mean, it's not entirely
I just have been
off.
imagining him opening his mouth and going like doing the New York City or what?
New York City.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not entirely off that.
Matt Berry.
God, Matt Berry would have been incredible in this movie. That was great. When the Nazis time travel in Indiana Jones, that was so fucking funny.
I saw that when I was previewing the Helena Awards on Oscars Day, and I was like, that fucks. I am hooting and hollering, and I haven't even seen this fucking movie.
It's
a very hooting and hollering moment.
C and I have talked about this when we vaguely mentioned when we've talked about Dial of Destiny before about like the third act of this movie is so bug fuck insane, and it's just a crime that it takes 2 hours of nonsense to get to when you find out what the Nazis are actually planning on doing with this MacGuffin thing. You're just like, why did it take this long to get to this?
That movie needed like 1/10 of the setup.
Yes,
so sad.
It was like, we really need to hold your hand on the way to the time traveling Nazis. I'm like, you really don't.
No, you don't. The
Director's cut, but it's just letting me loose on the movie, and I'll just cut out a bunch of it.
Dial of Destiny, the concept is that there are rifts in time, okay? Just go with me, Doctor Who fans. And that this, who's the mathematician in the movie that made the device that they're talking about? He's like a real person.
Oh, I don't even fucking remember.
I don't even fucking remember. He's a real person.
Is it Ptolemy?
Not Ptolemy. It's a Greek guy.
Oh,
and
Archimedes. It's Archimedes.
And he invented this device, guys. I'm heavy air quotes. He invented this device which they figured out can predict where these rifts in time are going to show up, and the Nazis are like, if we fly a fucking plane through one of these rifts in space-time and go back to Hitler, tell him to just chill a little bit, not so that we can prevent World War II from happening or anything else from happening, but so that we can win it. That's like the plan, right? And they're on the plane. Indiana is with him. Indiana Jones fucking on the plane. And he's like, he's figuring out, he's like, I can't remember what happens where he realizes that they're using the device wrong that predicts the rift in space-time. And he's telling them, you are going too far back. Like, you have made an incorrect prediction, and where you are going right now is not going to take you to the 1940s or 1930s. It's gonna take you somewhere else. And they end up in, like, Archimedes' time. It's like the Peloponnesian War. So they land in the middle where, like, people are attacking, and you're just like, what? And in the meantime, Phoebe Waller-Bridge is, like, trying to get on the plane, and another plane, there's, like, 2 different people flying through rifts in space-time. It's fucking insane, dog. They meet Archimedes. Indiana Jones is like, can I stay here, please? And Phoebe Waller-Bridge is like, absolutely not.
Indiana Jones is like, I want to die in fucking classical Greece.
Can we just die here? I really want to die here. And Archimedes is like, I don't even know you, and I don't want that. Yeah, dog, that movie, like, the third act of that movie is fucking incredible.
Why is it a sci-fi movie? This is Indiana Jones. Who made that choice?
It's not a question I can answer for you.
I know I said Stargate earlier in the middle of my laughing, but why is that Stargate?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh my god, Helena, please, we have to move on.
We have to move on.
Or I'm gonna start, like, weeping.
We have to move on. The other one is Who Left Snoopy in the Vestibule from Maestro. Great line reading. Best part of the movie.
I need to see just a clip of that.
I'll find it. Let me find it.
Best ending. Fallen Leaves, Oppenheimer, showing up beautiful use of the Portland skyline. Thank you, Kelly Reichardt. May, December, and Killers of the Flower Moon, hands down, the winner for um and also, like, if you see in these categories, some of them are extra long because if the movie, if that category is real in the Academy Awards and was nominated in that category, I added an extra couple for however many. It was already there. Did you find it? Bandit Snoopy
I
at the
did.
festival.
I did find it.
Oh, I was
Guys.
telling my friend literally this morning, I was like, there's a part in Maestro where they're having a very serious argument, but the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is happening outside their window, and the Snoopy balloon floats by their window. And it's the best part of the movie.
Guys, who abandoned Snoopy in the vestibule?
Moment of silence for Snoopy.
I fucking
Abandoned in the
love
vestibule.
film. Oh.
Oh God, for sale. One Snoopy, abandoned in the vestibule. Best visual effects: When Evil Lurks, Asteroid City, Ferrari, Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Amongst Thieves, Mission
I
Impossible.
genuinely forgot that movie came out in 2023, so I saw that on
Right.
this list, and I was like, that can't fucking be true.
Nope,
But
That fucked with my brain so bad.
it is, dog.
I mean, very good. Great practical effects in that movie.
Great
Very,
practical
very good
effects.
in that movie.
Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, another movie with great practical effects. Oppenheimer, which was not nominated this year, which is stupid.
Fascinating.
Insane to
And then
me.
Godzilla -1. Very silly.
I am dying for a Godzilla -1 to come out somewhere where I can watch it easily, because I very much want to see it, and it's no longer in theaters. Womp womp.
I'm gonna buy that fucking movie on DVD so fast.
Best sound, How to Blow Up a Pipeline, Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Amongst Thieves, Maestro, Spider-Man: Across the Spider-Verse, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, My Beloved, Ferrari.
Part 1, excuse me.
Part 1. I mean, always added, this is part 1. Godzilla -1, Oppenheimer, and The Zone of Interest for 1. This is my category. Best use of original or adapted songs, not best original song. It's a stupid category. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I think there's a couple of songs in there that I was thinking of, but probably, Dog Days by Florence and the Machine is probably the one that I'm thinking of the most. Anatomy of a Fall. If you know, you know.
There's a Florence and the Machine drop in Guardians of
That's
the
very
Galaxy.
funny.
At the end of Guardians in the Galaxy, it made me cry. Sorry.
Okay,
That's
see, the thing
hilarious.
is that you would have to pay me a lot of money to watch a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, but that is really amusing.
I really liked the first two, and I
pretty
still have
good.
not gotten around to see 3 because I'm just so fucking sick of Marvel movies at this point. But now that has pushed me slightly more towards the I'll see it.
It's pretty well done.
I also
have to say.
think generally I've been pretty happy with the way they use music, because that's clearly their fucking shtick that they lean on. Maybe
they're very clever with the way that they do it.
Yeah.
The Anatomy of a Fall for the steel drum cover of 50 Cent's PIMP or Pimp, which I want to note they played during Justine Triet's original screenplay win at the Oscars.
Excellent.
Robot Dreams.
Yeah.
Robot Dreams' use of several songs, but notably September by Earth, Wind & Fire. Fallen Leaves had several incredible needle drops. And The Color Purple I wanted to give because the music in The Color Purple genuinely is very good for a modern Broadway show. I also think that while it wasn't as impressive as it could have been, I think there was some genuine effort in The Color Purple to try and stage the musical numbers in an interesting way. Again, I think it could have gone a little bit further, but I wanted to just shout that out because we had a genuine musical come out this year, and that's really incredible.
Oh yeah.
Best original score. How to Blow Up a Pipeline. 1001. May, December. Oppenheimer and The Boy and the Heron, which was not nominated this year. I did find a picture with those cute little guys, though, who didn't win any awards, Academy Awards, but the cute little guys in Boy and the Heron. Sadly, they did not win anything. Best editing, Asteroid City, May December, How to Blow Up a Pipeline, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1, The Zone of
Obviously.
Interest, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Oppenheimer. Best costume design. And sorry for not like mentioning names of people who would have been nominated in these categories, obviously. Just to save time, I'm gonna run through them until we get to the performance nominations. Best costume design, Asteroid City, Passages, Killers of the Flower Moon, The Color Purple, Barbie, Priscilla, Poor Things, and Polite Society, undefeated. Really fun movie that everybody should watch. Best makeup and hairstyling. They cloned Tyrone. Priscilla. Evil Dead Rise. You gotta get it in there. The Color Purple, Poor Things, and Asteroid City. Asteroid City shows up a lot in the Helena Awards. It's pretty funny, because... Mm-hmm.
Sorry, please finish your sentence.
No, that was the end. You were going to say you forgot that it...
No, I forgot that you saw Evil Dead Rise.
I did, yeah.
Because I feel like you and I had a conversation about, like, oh, I don't know about that one.
I think that we were talking... Yeah, I think that I was on the fence about it.
They were showing trailers for it, like, in the theater. And, oh no, now I remember, because I was like, oh, how was that very specific scene that they showed, like, on screen during the trailer? And you were like, yeah, man, it was pretty nasty. And I was like, yeah okay.
I got a cramp in my leg when I watched it because I tensed so badly, and my leg was underneath me on my chair, and I got a cramp in it.
Yeah.
It's fun. I had a good time.
Anyway.
Gotta give it its due. Best cinematography, The Taste of Things, El Conde, Asteroid City. I'm not gonna dwell on it. May December, Fallen Leaves, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Pacifiction. Best production design or art direction, The Taste of Things. A lot of these are going to be pretty similar. Poor Things. The Wes Anderson Roald Dahl shorts, which is A Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, The Swan, The Ratcatcher, and Poison. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Killers of the Flower Moon, The Boy and the Heron, and Asteroid City, which was not nominated for production design. Go fuck yourselves.
I'm shaking my fist.
Infuriating. Anyway, best adapted script. They're like,
I'm gonna make.
He's too good at it.
The fucking martini vending machine. I want to make a miniature copy of that for my desk.
I know, it's so good.
Genius.
Best adapted screenplay. Knock at the Cabin, Poor Things, Blackberry, Oppenheimer, Are You There, God, It's Me, Margaret, and Killers of the Flower Moon, which was snubbed this year in this category. Best Original Screenplay, Fallen Leaves, Passages, Holdovers, Showing Up, Asteroid City, and May December. For the gays! I can't believe I narrowed it down to only 5. Wow.
Speaking of.
Here's the For the Gays category. Yeah, which we referenced earlier as like, what the hell is this? This is the category for the gays. These movies are all ours. Congratulations, gays.
Yahoo.
Knock at the Cabin. Anatomy of a Fall. Sorry, it's ours. Monster. Asteroid City. And, of course, Passages. Thank you, Iris Sachs, for not bowing to peer pressure. So Iris Sachs, there's an extended graphic gay sex scene in Passages, and censors wanted Iris Sachs to cut some of it down. They're like, can you at least
No.
cut some of the butthole out of this because we want to be able to
No.
like show this? And he was like, fuck you. Take the NC-17 rating or eat shit. And
Just for that, I'm adding additional butthole.
yeah, just for that.
Incredible.
I saw that in the movie theater, and let me tell you, it was worth it. Incredible.
Fuck yeah.
Incredible performance. Biggest crush. Havana Roselou for bottoms. Mark Ruffalo in Poor Things. I wrote sorry next to it because he's so stupid in that movie.
All caps.
But I'm sorry. He's so hot. I have such a crush on him. Roberta Colindres in Cassandra.
Okay.
It's a small part, but she's there. Bahoa Mahagafano in Pacifiction. My God. And of course, it couldn't be any
I've never heard
other.
of this movie until right now, and I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, dude, this
Me
looks
neither.
so good.
This is definitely one of those movies where, like, it is definitely a slow movie. It is a very long movie. It's a slow movie. Definitely, like,
That's
it
all right.
creeps on you in, like, a very, like, the dread of what's going on sort of way. I was never 100% certain what was
I like a
going
slow
on,
burn.
but, like, it was really, it was, like, really mesmerizing. Looks gorgeous, like absolutely incredible. And yeah,
Hell yeah.
she is fucking just like fantastic, and I cannot take my eyes off her much as ever she's on screen. Best on, oh yeah, so and the winner of Biggest Crush is of course the one, the only, Adrian Brody and Astrid Singh. He's barely in it.
God.
It's like. Anyway,
I'm hitting the air horn button. Like
the air horn is
Yeah.
strong.
I would
Yep.
hit in the Discord, but it wouldn't come through on the recording. So just imagine the air horn button.
It's going on. I mean, there has never been an since King Kong. There has never been an Adrian Brody performance more stylized.
Helena, this is you and me shaking hands over the fact that it's like Asteroid City, Adrian Brody and Asteroid City and King Kong specifically.
Just like this stylized to be my type.
Like in everything, but specifically this.
Best on-screen chemistry. Maddie, did you suggest this, or was this another Ezra suggestion?
This was me.
You? Thank you. I
With
think
the
it's a good
idea, it's
category.
like the chemistry between actors, not necessarily romantic chemistry, but like how well they worked together.
Yes. And most of these I think are not romantic, but it's arguable. We have Annette Bening and Jodie Foster in Naiad. Juliette Binoche and Benoit Magimel, I believe is how I'm pronouncing his name, in The Taste of Things. Sandra Hüller and Swan Arlo in Anatomy of a Fall. Hot Lawyer, shout out. The central cast of The Holdovers, and Andrew Scott and Paul Mescal in All of Us Strangers. Congratulations, Kings.
I've seen so many gift sets of All of Us Strangers in my dash recently. I'm like, I should get around to seeing that. Props.
I cried very much. I cried a lot.
Yeah, I imagine that is also what
yeah.
will happen to me.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about the movie overall, but the performances are undeniable, I think, and their chemistry is.
Mhm.
Yeah, speaking of performances, Best Supporting Actress, one of my favorite categories. Claire Foy in All of Us Strangers. Julianne Moore in May December. Kathy Bates in Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Danielle Brooks in The Color Purple, who was nominated. Penelope Cruz in Ferrari. Incredible. Rachel McAdams in Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
Always a winner.
Not nominated. Incredible performance. It's ridiculous. And Davon Troy Randolph in The Holdovers. It's undeniable. There's my boy. There's Ben Whishaw. I put a picture of Ben Whishaw in this document,
That's right.
listeners, because he's nominated in our next category, Best Supporting Actor. Best Supporting Actor, we have Tom Hanks in Asteroid City. Dominic Sessa in The Holdovers. Glenn Howerton in Blackberry. Congratulations, King. Ryan Gosling in Barbie. It's undeniable. Ben Whishaw in Passages, Robert De Niro in Killers of the Flower Moon, and Charles Melton in May December. Not nominated.
I was gonna say May December got absolutely snubbed this year. Yeah,
It did.
from
in
in your opinion,
I'm totally
I have put together
normal about. In few people's opinion. But yes, my opinion, definitely. I'm totally normal about it. I'm not angry at all. Best lead actress, Teyana Taylor in 1001. Emma Poisty in Fallen Leaves. I think that I pronounced her name correctly. Fantasia Barrino in The Color Purple. Juliette Binoche in The Taste of Things. Binoche. Natalie Portman in May December. Sandra Hüller in Anatomy of a Fall, and Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon. Best lead actor. Here we go, girls. Adam Driver in Ferrari. Sorry. Benoit Magimel, who is in both The Taste of Things and Pacifiction, playing two completely different characters.
Oh, wild.
I saw Pacifiction before going to see Taste of Things, and I was like, oh, fuck, that's the same dude. This is such a different performance. I like him in this movie. Damn. He's great in both. Jason Schwartzman. Jason Schwartzman in Asteroid City. Hello, King. I see you. Andrew Scott in All of Us Strangers. Franz Rogowski in Passages. Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers. And who's this? Oh, I do believe it's Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer.
Who's this?
Oh.
Oscar award-winning actor?
Oscar award-winning actor Cillian Murphy winning for The Wind That Shakes the Barley, directed by Ken Loach? That's crazy. That movie came out years ago.
Whoa!
Whoa!
That's wild.
Whoa! Wow, congratulations.
That's crazy that happened a couple times at the Oscars this year, where they won for movies that came out a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, huh?
Truly justice was done.
It is kind of crazy that, yeah, Robert Downey Jr. won for Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and I was like, guys, that came out in 2005. Where are you guys? How long have you been? They're like the IRS, where, like, the IRS apparently is so behind on, like, processing returns that they are just getting around to sending people, like, audits for, like, 5 years ago. This is what's going on in the Oscars. They're sending Robert Downey Jr.
With the
like,
Oscars, yeah.
Yeah, they're like,
Peter
hey,
O'Toole
we saw
one this year also.
Yes, he's right.
Yeah, he and
Peter
Cillian
O'Toole
Murphy,
finally won for his performance in Royal Tenenbaums that I put him in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's truly wild.
It's pretty crazy. Anyway, congratulations, Cillian Murphy, winner of both the Helena Awards and the
my best friend.
My best friend, Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
Best ensemble cast. Showing up. The Color Purple, Oppenheimer, Asteroid City, and Killers of the Flower Moon. Best directing debut. Rain Allen Miller for Rye Lane. Jewel Taylor for They Clone Tyrone. Laura Moss for Birth/Rebirth. Nida Manzoor for Polite Society. And A.V. Rockwell for 1001. Best director. Tran Anh Hong for The Taste of Things. Wes Anderson for Asteroid City. Kelly Reichardt for Showing Up. Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon. Aki Kaurismäki for Fallen Leaves. And Todd Haynes for May December. Oh, what a surprise. Award for Most Tears Shed by Helena, not by the characters. I am considering fitting in a category where I'm like, and this is the category... I counted how
Most
often the characters cried, and I tallied them up, and this is the winner. But it's so exhausting. So I just have to keep track of when I cried. And also,
I think that is less of a, like, that's more of a factoid than, like, voting, you know?
Exactly. Somebody else can do the math on that.
Yeah.
But in any case, the winners for this year are The Color Purple. It got me. The Taste of Things. Killers of the Flower Moon. Previously mentioned All of Us Strangers, and Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. I thought so much watching that movie.
Dude, I forgot that they made that, and just looking at these pictures, I'm having flashbacks to reading that book, and I'm like, oh, that movie's gonna ruin me.
See, I've never read that book. Dude,
Oh, neither did I actually at any point, but I obviously was aware of it. But now I do
Yeah.
want to go back and
Yeah.
read it because of the movie is so. I mean, and this is also obviously the book came out in the 70s, correct? I mean, it came out
That
a
sounds
long
right.
time
Something
ago,
like
and
that.
for a long time,
Before
Judy
we were
Blume,
born.
before
And
we
was
were
like
born,
a classic
certainly.
when we were kids.
Yeah, and Judy Blume was very adamant that she didn't want a movie adaptation made of it, unless because she didn't want it being changed, or she didn't want one that wasn't going to be faithful to the book. And so it's very
Mhm.
notable that this is the one that finally got made 30, 40, 50 years later. Um,
Sure.
so yeah, it's really great and people should watch it. Yeah. Best animated film. I was really bad about seeing a lot of animated movies this year. There's some that I didn't get around to seeing. So all of these showed up in the best animated film category this year. They are Nimona, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Robot Dreams, and The Boy and the Heron. I notably do not have 5 in this category because that would mean I would have to include Elemental, and I'm sorry I'm not doing that. It's not a good movie. You fucked up. Best foreign language international film, Pacifiction, The Boy and the Heron, Passages, The Taste of Things, and Fallen Leaves. The winner of that one. Great movie. Okay, we're getting to it. Best genre film, which is action, horror, fantasy, sci-fi, whatever. Spider-Man Across the
I do see that
Spider-Verse.
Saw 10 is not on here.
It didn't make the cut, unfortunately. If I had expanded it to 10, it might have done tragically. But it was in the running.
I have not seen Saw 10, so I actually can't determine if it was a good Saw movie or not. I was just stating out loud.
It was a good Saw movie.
Making an observation.
No, it's definitely.
You've only seen 2 Saw movies.
Well, I know it's a good movie.
You don't know the full breadth of the Saw experience.
All I can say is that I had a good time.
That's the most important part of a Saw movie, actually.
Yeah.
Is that you have fun and be yourself.
It's so true. And anyway. You have fun and saw yourself.
Yeah.
That's the most important part from John Kramer's perspective, certainly.
Just like Carrie Ellis did.
Just like Carrie Ellis did. Best genre film, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Robot Dreams, The Boy and the Heron, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning 1, and Asteroid City, which is a science fiction film. I guess science fiction, fantasy. It's
unclear.
Got an alien in it.
It's got an alien in it.
Genre, it sounds like. So.
Yeah, definitely straddling those lines. Best comedy film. I debated whether Blackberry is a comedy, but it is kind of a comedy. I'm keeping it in there. Blackberry.
Okay.
The Holdovers. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, which is, a weepy comedy, but it's a comedy. Showing Up, and Asteroid City. Best drama film. Oppenheimer. The Taste of Things. Fallen Leaves. Close of the Flower Moon, and what's that? May December.
Oh, is that May December?
Oh, it's May December. Cool.
Oh my god!
Fancy seeing you
that's
here.
May December.
It's May December. My old friend, my dearest.
That's crazy.
My dearest friend. Best opening. This is the best opening sequence. This could be the best first 5 minutes, the best first 15 minutes, the best first shot in the movie, whatever. It doesn't matter. We have The Boy and the Heron. Evil Dead Rise is on here. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Yes. Submarine. Absolutely. Every single movie, please.
Very, very good opening.
Very good opening. Passages and The Taste of Things. The Taste of Things, the first 15-20 minutes, The Taste of Things is a sequence of them cooking, baking several different dishes to serve to their friends, and it's filmed kind of like a heist sequence, and it's the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
Fuck yes.
I'm so mad that I missed that in theater.
Oh, dude, gotta see it. Oh, yeah, and I just seen your comment now. Jay Baruchel is in Blackberry, which somebody on the Blank Check podcast referred to as probably the most Canadian performance of all time. or certainly
You
the
know
most
what?
Canadian
That
performance of
makes
the
me
year.
even more excited. Me, known Jay Baruchel enthusiast.
Do you know who else is in Blackberry?
No,
Carrie
I don't know
Elwes.
anything about it. Shut up!
What the shit?
Carrie Elwes, who is fucking hysterical in Blackberry. He's
Thank
got
God.
like a
I
couple
don't
of
doubt it.
scenes, and he fucking cracked me up in that movie.
Oh, dude, Saul Rubinek from your friend and mine from fucking Warehouse 13.
Yep, exactly.
Oh shit!
Saul Rubinek.
Yeah, it's Artie from Warehouse 13.
This
God,
is
I
Guys,
love
you
that
would
guy.
actually like.
Yeah.
I think you guys would like Blackberry a lot. There's also just
I
like a
believe it.
team.
Saul Rubinek, who also just looks like at least 3 different dudes at my synagogue, and I laugh every time I see him. I'm like, he doesn't look exactly like my uncle, but on a spiritual level, I have an uncle
He kind
who
of
looks like
who
that.
looks like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an incredible little film, and there's also like a whole team of computer programmers who just want to hang out and watch the Evil Dead movies and Carpenter films, and it's like the eternal struggle between capitalism and wanting to hang out with your friends and watch like Carpenter movies. So you should all watch it.
I need to watch
Everyone
this
should
now.
watch this movie. And Glenn Howerton is involved in it also, and he's serving looks. Please see
Fuck
it.
yeah.
Oh no, here's the category. Worst film. Womp womp.
Frowny face.
Okay, well, it had to be done. Despite everything I said earlier, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, because the first 2.5 hours of that movie still exist. Totally Killer. Elemental. Rustin, tragically, even though I love Coleman Domingo and wish him nothing but the best, but that movie is not good. It's not good. And Saltburn, my nemesis. And here we have, finally, Best Picture. We're almost done, guys. And which has 13 entries because 3 of these were also nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards. Woohoo, guys. We did it.
So you legally had to include them?
So I legally had to include 3 more. You know what?
Okay.
You know what? The 3 that I included, that I was able to include because I could expand the category, were 1001, The Boy and the Heron, and Passages. We also have, of course, Holdovers, Oscar-nominated film The Holdovers, followed by Oscar-nominated film Oppenheimer, followed by Mission Impossible and Dead Reckoning Part 1, my girlfriend, followed by The Taste of Things, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, Showing Up, Fallen Leaves, Asteroid City, Oscar-nominated film for Best Picture, Killers of the Flower Moon, and of course, what's that? Well,
What's that?
It's guys.
It's Mission Impossible again.
No, it's well again.
It's May December with the steel chair.
It's Mission Impossible's sister sequel, May December. No, they have nothing in common. That's probably not true if I dug into it, but I'm just going to say that May December. May December is my best picture of the year. It's that's all I have to say about that. It like no other movie of the year has made me like think about it the most in a like it's such a twisty, like complicated, but it's like wonderful time watching this movie. I think it's incredible. I think it's a masterwork from a master director, and it's fucking insane to me that this movie is not nominated for anything besides this original screenplay at the Academy Awards this year. That's all. I've said what I had to say. Time will vindicate it in the same way that time has vindicated many of Todd Haynes' movies, maybe. But I think, having said that, I think that has been its main problem is like, it's a Todd Haynes movie, and straight people don't understand Todd Haynes movies. That's it. Did I say that? And that's it. That's all she wrote. Anyway, oof. I feel like I just did a movie theater bathroom sprint.
Seriously, I'm reading the plot of this movie now.
Yes, it's a lot.
Yeah, the first paragraph on Wiki is whack.
Yeah. It is inspired by a thing that actually happened, but not directly, like, necessarily adapted from that story, which is even fucking crazier. I think that was part of it too, is like the tone of it, with the subject matter combined with like the tone of the movie. I don't think a lot of people who have a hard time with nuance
Mm-hmm.
struggled with how, like, what to think about that movie a lot of the times, which is a skill issue, but it's not my place to judge.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I think as time has vindicated many more nuanced films, I think time will vindicate May December a little bit. It doesn't have to be
Mm-hmm.
vindicated. It was like very critically well received by a lot of people. It's just that that favorable critical reception did not extend to the Academy. So here we are at the end of all things.
Here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad you're with me, fellow Sneople.
Truly.
Comments, concerns?
I mean, I love that what I have gotten out of this is I'll watch Killers of the Flower Moon sometime. The next two movies I have to go fucking find are Pacifiction and The Taste of Things.
And then Blackberry.
And Blackberry.
And Blackberry, yeah.
Congratulations.
I love doing the Helena Awards because it means that you do all of my pop culture homework for me.
Exactly.
And so I feel
Thank you,
about
Helena.
having opinions
You're
about
welcome.
the Oscars, even when they're movies that I didn't see, because I trust your opinion on them.
Thank you.
But also, the Helena Awards are a much more useful way of me going, ooh, that sounds interesting, I should see that, because you watch all of these movies that I've never fucking heard of.
And there's more variety, and there's more, interesting, different categories to clarify things. It's not just, Oppie is in every category,
the same 10 things.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I hope for. Thank you. I'm glad that happens, because
there's actually horror movies in these awards, which is, wow, what a fucking concept, hey?
They made it in, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, obviously, there's ones that show up a lot more than others. Same with the Academy Awards. Obviously, May December won a lot of awards this year.
Really good movies end up getting nominated for a lot of things because they're good movies, Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my hope. I do, when I saw somebody was talking about the amount of movies that Oscar voters have to see in a year, or not have to see, but the amount of movies that are submitted for Academy Awards each year, and there's over 300 something movies. Bitch. And I'm like, okay, well, God, I wouldn't do that, but once you narrow it down, why don't you spread the love a little bit more? But you really do have to make those. As somebody who likes to watch movies, you really do have to sometimes pick the ones you want to see based on your what you look for in a good movie. And it's just, sometimes my qualifications for what makes a good movie are not the same as the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. And that is my eternal dilemma. But
yep.
I'll live.
So what we go through every year is the thought of
of Jay Baruchel not getting nominated for an Academy Award. Blackberry.
It's tough out here.
It's tough out there.
It is.
Congratulations, Jay Baruchel.
Wins for Cillian Murphy all the way down, though, and I love that for him. And it's what he deserved.
It's what he deserved.
As I said earlier, I'm feeling personally vindicated that Cillian Murphy won an Oscar, and went to the Oscars wearing a tuxedo with a cummerbund because he's a man of culture.
Yeah, I respect that. John Cena gave his award while wearing fucking nothing.
It was
that was right up there with Billy Joe Armstrong performing buck ass nude at Madison Square Garden.
Good for him, I say. Good for him. It is kind of crazy that Cillian Murphy has an Academy Award right now. In a great way. I'm just if I think about it too hard, I'm like, did that happen?
Is that real? Crazy. Are they going to take it? Are they going to take it back?
Can they
can't
do that?
Do that, right?
They can't. He only.
I don't think they could do. They already gave it to him.
Yeah.
Physically.
That's crazy.
I don't think they can take it back anymore.
Oh, and I was working on this theory the other day. You know that meme of the guy building the dominoes bigger and bigger and bigger, into the domino thing, and it's like this
Oh,
thing leads to
yes.
this
Yeah.
thing. Um,
Sure.
that meme, but it's Cillian Murphy winning an Academy Award and Twilight because apparently Robert Pattinson on the set of Tenet was the one who gave Christopher Nolan American Prometheus, the biography that he adapted the movie Oppenheimer from. So, all I am saying is that the success of Twilight and Robert Pattinson's movie stardom and his ability to choose his projects and work with Christopher Nolan on his batshit time travel movie, giving
ended
him
up with
Cillian Murphy now has an Academy Award.
now
Because
has an
only
Academy
someone
Award.
as insane as Christopher Nolan, who has like the syndrome that we all have, which is Cillian Murphy baby girl syndrome. Christopher Nolan is like the senior Cillian Murphy baby girl guy. Would read that and be like, you know who would be the perfect person to play
he's
Oppenheimer?
president of
My
the,
best friend
of the baby girl
and
club.
muse, Cillian Murphy. Yeah, galaxy brain decision. Anyway, happy for him.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well earned.
Well earned.
I forgot to see The Last Voyage of the Demeter when it came out. I needed to do that.
Yeah. That was a fun time. I had a good time with that.
That's
one.
all I really want from it, is I just want it to be fun. I'm not expecting high class cinema. I'm expecting to, dick around and watch vampires,
Yeah, see Dracula on the boat, absolutely.
I have a very, very low bar for any Dracula adaptation, really, at this point.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, I've seen the highs and the lows, and
mostly the lows.
Mostly the lows, and at this point, if there's a Dracula
I just kind of want to have fun.
Yeah, I want to have a good time. I want it to be gnarly. Last Voyage of the Demeter definitely
I want it to be gnarly for sure.
Yeah, definitely leaned into that a lot. But that's all I'm really looking for.
Yeah. And I need to see Asteroid City. That is also very important.
Great movie!
I would love to watch Asteroid City with you.
Rock on.
Great movie.
Okay.
Didn't fucking get nominated for anything.
Yeah, got snubbed.
As we all know, it requires a certain kind of a certain caliber of person to properly appreciate Wes Anderson movies, and it's not our fault. We have great taste.
It's just fucking crazy to me. Can I just say that they went insane in 2014? Not insane in a way why do they do this, but insane in the way that we're gonna nominate Grand Budapest Hotel for every single award in existence that it qualifies for, and it's actually gonna win some stuff this time. And then after that happened, they were like, except for Ralph Fiennes for Best Actor, which is actually kind of fucking insane that he didn't even get nominated for that year, but whatever.
That was a real snub.
That's crazy. That's actually insane.
There are things that people insist are there well, this is such a snub. I'm like, no, it's not. But that one was a snub.
That one is ridiculous. And because people were like, oh, well, we didn't know what to campaign him in. And he's like, it's very clearly Best Actor. He's very clearly the protagonist of that film. What are you talking about? Anyway. But after that, they were like, oh, our bad. We didn't mean to do that. We're never going to nominate him for anything ever again. So then it's just Best Production Design, obvious nomination. And this year that they didn't even bother to do that. Even French Dispatch, which was not really that it was semi-well received, but not his most well-received movie ever, still got at least a production design and I think maybe even a costume design nomination. The Asteroid City got nothing.
Which is a way better movie.
Way better movie.
Shout out to the stunt ensemble of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 for winning a SAG award.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Nice.
I realized I hadn't looked at the SAG Awards until right now.
Oh, oops. Me neither. Oops. I gotta ask my mom if she could get me some SAG DVDs. I think they do streaming now for SAG, and I think she just switched that because somehow they don't have a DVD player? Question mark. Because I'm like, oh mom, I have a DVD. I'll just bring that over, or I could lend that to you. And she's like, oh, we don't have a DVD player. And I was like, I am gonna lose my mind at the very concept of not being able to. I built a DVD player into my computer, a thing which is currently like unheard of.
Yeah.
I can't, like, how, what? But maybe she still has some DVDs from the SAG Awards. Maybe I can snag some that way.
Steal some.
Ho.
Steal some screeners.
What else was I gonna fucking say? I had one other. Oh, in a submission for next year's Helena Awards, obviously literally a year away, but potentially combining best fight choreo with best stunts.
Yes.
Overall, because I was like, oh, best stunts would be fun, and I'm like, well, there's no need to have them be separate. That can just be all one.
Yeah, that can be an award.
Is best flips and kicks.
Oh dear.
What was that for? What? I'm sorry. Was best flips and kicks too cool of a concept for you?
No, sorry. Ezra just typed in the Discord chat that their laptop just crashed.
Oh fuck.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Okay, great.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
The audio is safe, everyone. Okay. Wow.
Okay. Well, since Ezra has been assassanated by the podcast gods, I think that's a sign.
It's a sign for us to stop this nonsense.
That we need to stop. Whew. Okay.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Anyway, now I have the fucking giggles like an idiot. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us, unfortunately, here on Sneople at the Movies from the Infinity Break Network. Check out infinitybreak.net for more awesome content, and come chat with us on the Infinity Break Discord. You can find it at bit.ly/I Infinity T Talks. You can also shoot us an email at sneopleatthemovies@gmail.com if you got a subject you want to hear us talk about, a movie you think we absolutely need to see, or have your own awards list to share. Our Oscar-worthy music was done by Johnny Ronaldo. You can find at Johnny Ronaldo on Twitter. And our glorious Technicolor logo was designed by Bethany Luthold. You can check her out at bleilaniart at wixsite.com. If you enjoyed listening, please leave us a review on iTunes and share the show with your friends, your enemies, and your partners in crime. As always, thank you for listening, and we'll see you at the movies.